And here I am in this backboard and in a helicopter and on my way to Melbourne all by myself thinking, I can't believe that I may never walk again. And it was a 5-day period where I wasn't allowed to move, and I laid in this hospital bed, and you get so many thoughts that run through your mind. I mean, 5 days just laying there in one spot thinking. And first, it's like, this can't be happening, because I'm good. I'm really good at my sport, and there are girls that suck at my sport that are out there. And how am I the one that's stuck here with a broken neck? This isn't right. They're wrong. And then it goes to, this sport is so crazy and stupid. What did I think would happen? Honestly, who decides that they're going to fly off a 3-meter jump at 60 kilometers an hour and does multiple flips and twists and thinks that it doesn't end this way? This is the stupidest sport. I can't believe I did this. To, I love my sport. My sport was what taught me about life. I learned goal setting. I learned culture. I learned languages. I traveled around the world because of my sport. And everything that I embrace about myself, I learned by playing sports. And the thought that not only would I never be able to ski again, but I might never be able to put running shoes on and just go for a run was terrifying. And I had this wonderful doctor who was as confident as neurosurgeons come, and he promised me that he would be able to just grab a bone from my hip and put it in my neck with some bolts and some screws, and after 5 days, I would just be able to walk. And I put my trust in him completely, and finally, after 5 days of just waiting to see, what surgery we were going to do and how it was going to work and whatever, he said, there's a chance that I will do the surgery and I'm so good that you'll be back in the games and you can be skiing in 3 months. So I was holding on to this because it was the only thing I was holding on to. And Mom and Dad got the phone call and did their best to get to Australia as soon as possible for a family that had never been on an overseas trip and had been planning for 3 years for their big trip to Italy. We're all of a sudden on an 18-hour flight to Melbourne, wondering if their daughter was okay. And I went into surgery. I woke up 9 hours later, and Mom and Dad had finally arrived, and I looked at them and I said, doctor says in 3 months I can be back on my skis. And my mom and dad, bless them, just looked at me and said, we're so happy, dear. And I think at that point they realized that everything was going to be okay and that it hadn't changed who I was or what I was planning on doing. But I had full intentions. I had worked for 3.5 years to have that time in Torino, and I really was determined that this wasn't going to stop me.